Right, welcome to another video of ICT Insights. In this video we're going to look at merging of cells and then also how we format our cells. That is shading, looking at grid lines, borders, and also text wrap. Right, I've gone and created the spreadsheet and I've gone and shaded this in already. So let's see, how did I do that? If I go to my font grouping and I click on this full color over here, I can choose a color that I'd like. You can go to more colors and you'll see there's the RGB, red, green and blue, which are your three main colors that make up all the different colors that you have. So you can see this little, looks like a scope of a telescope or something. And if I move that, you can see that it's changing, etc. Here's also your hex code that you can use, and if you go to hex code picker, you Google it, you can get different hex codes. You can type it in and it'll give you a particular color that you'd want to use. Okay, so once again, I'm going to highlight these cells, go to my font grouping, click on this button, and I can choose more colors or no fill, and let's say I choose that color over there. Right, the next thing I want to do is to make this into one cell. So I'm going to left click, drag across. Remember in the previous video I explained to you the difference between highlighting all the columns or highlighting particular cells that you want to use. Okay, so I'm going to highlight these cells, and in my alignment grouping I'm going to click on wrap, not wrap text, on merge and center. Okay, and then in my alignment I can also choose if I want it horizontally or vertically aligned, and I've placed it in the middle. And then once again, in your font grouping you can bold, you can change the size, etc., and change the color of your font. Here's my next heading. I'm going to drag this down slightly. I'm going to left click and highlight these cells. I'm going to go to my font grouping, click on my fill color tab and choose a different color that I'd like. Okay. You'll notice that over here I've got student name, and in my formula bar at the top, this is the formula bar, you'll see that when I click on it, it appears as if name has gone behind cell B2, which it hasn't, because cell B2 has the name here, and cell A1 or A2 rather has student name. So in order to prevent that from happening, if I go to wrap text, like on your screen of your cell phone, when you're typing across and you get to the end, it wraps it around to the start again, and that's what I've done here. I've wrapped it so that it keeps aligning to the left of my cell. Once again, I can highlight these and I can choose to pop these at a particular place that I'd like them. Okay, good. You will see that this cell that is merged is now known as cell A1. This is A2, B2, C2, D2, etc. So this whole one becomes cell A1. If I want to highlight all these cells, if I left click and I drag across, I can choose what cells I want. However, you'll see that because this cell A1 stretches right across and I left click, I simply drag down and it selects all these cells. Okay. In my font grouping, I have my border button, and I can choose various options. You can go have a look at these. I'm not going to go through all of them, but it is no border. And if I go file and I go to print, you'll see that's what it shows, no borders. Okay, so I'm going to go and highlight all of these, and I'm going to go to my font grouping, to my border button, and I can choose thick, outside, all, etc. I'm going to choose all borders. It fills that in, and then these I'm going to do the same. Okay. You will also see if I go File and I go Print, you can see the different borders that have been put in place. Okay, you'll see over here is a dotted line going down and a dotted line going across vertically and horizontally. That shows that this is one page and another page within this spreadsheet. Okay. So what I could do, I could go and just drag these slightly smaller, and you can see I come to another cell, and there's the edge of my page. Okay, so how did I do that? I can, let's just see what the size of the cell is. It's 10. If I drag all these, I can right click and change the column width. Okay, I can make that 12. Or what I can do is highlight these, and then by dragging, as I showed in the previous video, I can bring this slightly across and it will affect the change for all these cells. So I can decide I want to just make this slightly bigger. There we go. When you highlight, you can also put in different styles. You can click on more borders. It'll give you more options of whether you want one on the left or the right, etc. So there's a whole lot of different options that you can explore as well. Okay.